Hello and a very good evening. For the past 60 days, we have been relentlessly covering the Arjikor incident. It is a matter of shame for one and all. The very fact such a horrific crime has happened in this civilized society that has shaken the conscience of the entire country and even beyond, it is indeed a matter of shame. And there is no doubt that we all want justice. But from day one, we have been persistently maintaining that we want justice, relying on only and only truth, that there is no room for speculation. There should not be any room for speculation, that there should not be any room for canards, that there should not be any room for misinformation. But unfortunately, it's equally a matter of shame that an incident like this, as horrible, as heartbreaking as this, there had been a concerted campaign unleashing misinformation. Who stood to gain out of it? That's a question we have been asking from day one. We did two reports on August 20 and September 18, detailing what Sanjay did that night and whether it's a case of rape or gang rape. As we did those two reports, many people watched those reports. If you haven't seen them, you can go back and watch our reports. We have tried relying on facts and facts alone, what you had learned from sources, credible information, verified ones. Yet, people had called us names. People had called us what not. We did not mind, because it's not us who is the story. Whether you call us names or not, unfortunately, the doctor won't come back. It's been 60 days that a bereaved family had been craving to see their daughter one more time. So whether you call us names or not, the truth won't change. And we do share the pain of the bereaved family. And thus, when we did those reports, we sought apology from the bereaved family. We tried highlighting the truth. Today, not us, but truth possibly stands vindicated. I repeat, not us, but truth stands vindicated. This smear campaign, the misinformation campaign, everything can fall apart when you go through this chart sheet. Yes, News the Truth, NTT, has accessed the complete chart sheet of CBI. The first chart sheet that CBI has filed yesterday concerning the Arjikor rape and murder. Mind it, CBI is probing two different cases. One, the rape and murder. The other one, alleged corruption and irregularities. We are focusing on rape and murder. That's the principal case. We all want justice for that first thing first. We want the perpetrator or perpetrators to be hanged, to be given stringent punishment, so that people who had been coming out on the street unequivocally raising their voice demanding justice, their voices be heard. But tonight, we would be focusing on this chart sheet. What has CBI say in the court? What has CBI found in its investigation over the past more than a month? CBI was handed over this investigation on 13th of August. This unfortunate incident happened on 9th of August. The principal accused, Sanjay Roy, was arrested on 10th of August. CBI was given this investigation on 13th of August 2024. And in these many days, this is the first charge sheet that has been filed by CBI. What has CBI found? Let's now dig in. And before we do so, in folded hands, I, on behalf of my entire team, we do seek apology once again from the bereaved family. The details can be very, very, very heartbreaking, shocking. Might just take them back to that very moment when they've seen their daughter for the very last time. Yet, for the sake of truth, we would try and highlight some aspect. We won't talk about the clothes and how they were found. No, we won't, because we respect the sentiments of the family. We do apologize to the family for us having to go through this. But again, this is for the sake of truth. So this is the entire CBI chart sheet. And to begin with, CBI has mentioned 128 witnesses. We will not read out a single name of a single witness. Point number one. Point number two, all other witnesses whose testimonies have helped CBI take the investigation forward, even though their names are mentioned in the course of chronology. We will not take their names. Point number 3, SOC stands for scene of crime, and victim, as being referred to in this chart sheet, is being referred as V. So CBI begins by saying that on the night of 9th of August, CBI essentially first highlights as they have taken up the case to the order dated 13th of August 2024. So basically, CBI says they have gone through the Calcutta High Court order, and according to the order passed by Calcutta High Court, they have taken up the investigation on 13th of August. Now, CBI basically highlights as what they have found. CBI essentially says that victim belonged to a middle-class family, as was the only child of her parents. She had taken admission to PG course for 2022-25 under open category in RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital, Kolkata. Was allotted MD, that is respiratory medicine, in RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital in second year PG course and pursuing her MD course. That on 8th of August 2024, victim left her house at around 8:10 in the morning for RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital by her own car with driver so and so for performing duty till next day. During daytime, on August 8th, victim performed outdoor duty in chest OPD, attended referral medical cases in the emergency building, and also conducted post OPD round. At about 10:15 in the evening, please understand, 10:15 in the evening, the victim ordered dinner from Zomato for 5 persons. That means including herself and 4 other doctors. The names of the doctors are highlighted here. All of them had dinner inside the very seminar room, which is essentially the scene of crime. They had the dinner between midnight and 1 a.m. on 9th of August 2024. So on 8th of August 2024 at around 10:15, she placed an order on Zomato for dinner for herself and 4 other doctors. All of them eventually had food inside the seminar room between 12 midnight and 1 in the morning. And they were also watching an Olympic match. They were watching Olympic javelin throw match over mobile phone. Prior to that, at 11:15, she had also spoken to her mother. Yes, that was the last time she had spoken to her mother. After the dinner was completed, the victim remained in the seminar room alone for taking rest on the mattress kept in dais. Thereafter, all the other doctors went down to emergency ward to perform their emergency duties and their respective duties. I'm not taking their names. On 9th of August 2024, that is the following morning, the immediate following morning, 9th of August 2024, at around 9:35 in the morning, one doctor, I'm not taking his name, Dr. X, let's refer to him as Dr. X, went to the seminar hall while he was looking for the victim and found the victim. As she was not on duty, he was looking for him, and upon entering into the seminar room, he saw the victim in a very awkward position with naked legs lying on the mattress. He came out and informed another doctor. Let's refer to him as Dr. Y. After seeing her body, further informed other 2 lady doctors. Let's refer to them as Dr. P and Dr. V, who were available, and they also went into the seminar room to check on the victim. After checking, Dr. P and Dr. V went and informed the associate professor of RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital. He is Dr. S, about the condition of the victim. Dr. S, who is the associate professor, rushed towards the seminar room and on inspection found victim as dead because her eyes were half open and the pupils were dilated and fixed. As was asked by the associate professor, that is Dr. S, Another doctor comes into the picture. Dr. P covered the body of the victim with a bed sheet. Hear carefully. It was Dr. P, on the instruction of the associate professor, had put a bed sheet on the body of the victim. Thereafter, they immediately informed senior hospital authorities, including principal, also the local police, Sri Bashudev Kundu. He is an assistant sub-inspector posted at Arjikot police outpost. This assistant sub-inspector, that is Bashudev Kundu, immediately came down to Arjikot police outpost to the scene of crime, that is the third floor seminar room. And then he informed Tala police station about the incident. Thereafter, Tala police station OC reached the scene of crime. Tala police station officers reached the scene of crime. After receiving information over phone, the assistant superintendent of Arjikot Medical College and Hospital informed the parents of the victim, and the victim's parents left for hospital by their own car, driven by driver so and so, and reached hospital at around 12:15 in the afternoon on 9th of August. By that time, police personnel of Detective Department of Kolkata Police and Scientific Wing, including photographer and fingerprint expert, etc., of Kolkata Police, had reached the scene of crime. That one medical officer, Dr. somebody, I'm not taking the name, of Arjikot Medical College and Hospital, carried out the peripheral inspection of the body of the victim on the spot itself and prepared death certificate at 12:44 p.m. The parents reached the spot, reached the hospital at 12:15 p.m. The death certificate was given at 12:44 p.m. The same doctor who prepared the death certificate also prepared the injury report and medical certificate at 1:47 p.m. the same afternoon. So both death and the injury certificates were later handed over to the SI of police station of Tala at about 1:50. That is 3 minutes after the medical certificate and injury report were prepared, were given to the police. The injuries mentioned in the injury certificate, and if I can quote, all signs of death present: heart sound absent, breath sound absent, pupil dilated and fixed, all peripheral pulses absent, patient is clinically dead. This is what this very doctor, who is the emergency medical officer of Arjikot Medical College and Hospital, confirmed at 12:44 and thereafter at 1:47 p.m. The former OC of Tala Police Station, Abhijit Mondol, forwarded the request letter prepared by SI S.K. Jha, mentioning therein the case number, the unnatural death case number, requesting ACJM Shialda, for conducting inquest by a judicial magistrate on the request of the parents and protesting doctors. Hear carefully. CBI acknowledges there were doctors who were present and who were protesting, demanding an inquest. The parents had also wanted the same, and CBI acknowledges that the officer in charge, the former officer in charge of Tala Police Station, had sent this request to Shialda ACJM to conduct the inquest report under videography. The inquest was conducted between 4:20 and 4:40 in the evening, and that was done under videography. The injuries mentioned in the inquest, and I quote, bleeding from both eyes, bleeding from mouth, injury over the face and nail, bleeding from private parts, injury in left leg, injury in belly, injury over left ankle, injury at her neck, injury at her right hand finger, ring finger, and injury over her lips. Unquote. Thereafter it says, the medical board comprising of Dr. Apurbo Bishwas, Dr. Reena Dash, Associate Professor of both the Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, Arjikot Medical College and Hospital, and Dr. Molly Banerjee, Assistant Professor, Department of Forensic Medicines, NRS Medical College, Kolkata, conducted post-mortem under videography between 6:10 and 7:10 in the evening of 9th of August 2024. As per the postmortem report, multiple injuries on various parts of the body, including tear of hymen with oozing of blood, were found, which were ante-mortem in nature. And I quote again, further it is opined, death was due to effects of manual strangulation associated with smothering, as noted above. Manner of death, homicide. There is medical evidence of forceful penetration in her genitalia, possibility of sexual assault. During autopsy, viscera, PM blood, and few plucked scalp hairs, nail cuttings, and scrapings from both hands, wet vulval mop, public combings, vaginal swab, two endocervical swabs, swab from inner side of lips, swab from all round both nipples, and swab were collected, preserved, and sealed and handed over to police officials. That's what CBI is saying. The CBI goes on to say that there were multiple articles which were seized, about 40 articles were seized from the scene of crime, and prepared a seizure memo between 8:30 and 9:45 in the evening, and that was eventually uh, uh, handed over to the local police. Now, very important, CBI has a lot of findings about Sanjay Rai, the main accused. CBI says that Sanjay Roy, a civic volunteer of Kolkata Police, was called by the local police to RG Kar Medical College and Hospital at around 11:30 on 9th of August 2024. Please follow the date. Sanjay Roy was called to RG Kar Medical College and Hospital on the same day the incident came to the light, that is 9th of August 2024, while the entire focus had remained on what's happening outside RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, and at a time when the body was released and the body was on its way for cremation, at about 11:30 at night, Sanjay Roy was called at RG Kar Medical College and Hospital by local police, that is Tala Police Station. There was detective department also present. Why? Because he was meant to be examined. It says that later he was taken to the office of Women Grivan Cell, Detective Department, Lal Bazar, for the purpose of interrogation at about 8 in the morning of 10th of August 2024. He was shown arrested at 10 o'clock on the following day, that is 10th of August 2024, based on his confession, and his personal search was conducted. One mobile set was seized from his custody. The medical examination of Sanjay Rai after his arrest was conducted at 10:39 a.m. at SSKM Hospital, Kolkata. Thereafter, medico-legal examination of the accused, Sanjay Roy, was conducted by Dr. So-and-so, Department of FMT, IPGMER, that is SSKM Hospital, and during his medico-legal examination, urethral swab and smear, nail clippings and scrapings were preserved and handed over to police, which means to have a study on his body, there were certain elements collected from his body. For example, urethral swab and smear, his saliva, all of that were collected. Nail clippings and scrapings were preserved and handed over to police. Accused Sanjay Roy was taken on police remand up till 23rd of August 2024 after his production before the ACJM court. Wearing apparels and footwear of accused Sanjay Roy and other articles were recovered from his barrack, the place where he was staying, on 12th of August 2024, which means 2 days after he was shown arrested. And it also highlights 12th of August 2024, pursuant to his disclosure statement before Kolkata Police. Why hasn't CBI said that he had said this before and Kolkata Police went and collected it on 12th of August? Well, we'll get to that later. Essentially, CBI is saying, pursuant to his disclosure, it was found at the barrack on 12th of August 2024. Minded by then, he was already shown arrested by Kolkata Police. Thereafter, it says, now let's focus on Sanjay. What CBI has found about Sanjay. Okay, Titash, let's move to what CBI has found about Sanjay. CBI says that Dr. Bishwanath Soren, Forensic Medicine and Toxicology of SSKM Hospital, mentioned in his report about 5 injuries on the body of the accused Sanjay Roy. All these injuries were found to be occurred at any time between 24 hours and 48 hours prior to the time of examination. Very, very important. Sanjay was shown arrested when? 10th of August. When was this medical examination done? On 10th of August. And on 10th of August, the medical examination conducted on him, it had found that all the injuries on Sanjay, injuries that he had sustained because of the struggle of the victim, while she was struggling at that moment, struggling to fight this monster. This monster had sustained injuries, and those injuries, as per the medical study, were not more than 24 hours to 48 hours old, which means it corroborates with the findings so far and also the subsequent arrest. It doesn't challenge the arrest. These injuries were fresh on his body. Now let's move on to what Sanjay is and who Sanjay is. Who is this monster? Believe you me, as I was going through this chart sheet, I felt like I was losing my calm and cool reading about this monster Sanjay Roy. And what annoys me even more, knowing that he's still alive while the doctor is no more there. You can call me whatever you want. I'm not cannibalistic. I'm only and only asking for a better world without such rapists around us, such monsters around us. This is what CBI has found about him. Sanjay, he's son of so-and-so, not disclosing the details, son of so-and-so. He had 3 marriages. This man had 3 marriages. First marriage lasted for 2 months. In 2 months, the first wife left Sanjay. Then he married another woman, a widow, between 2016 and 2017. She too had left Sanjay after some time. Thereafter, he got married for the 3rd time to another lady who died out of cancer. Sanjay Roy was enrolled as a civic volunteer via employment notice number so and so under Kolkata Police, and he was posted in disaster management group, Kolkata Police. Thereafter, through a different order, Home Guard organization, Kolkata, he was posted from disaster management group unit to Central Welfare Board, where he was last working. These are 2 separate boards. And his dossiers include 2 separate certificates dated 16th of December 2003 and one was of 1st of January 2004, issued by Bhavanipur Boxing Association, basically confirming that he is a boxer. So he is a boxer, he had strength in his body, and there were 2 certificates found by the CBI confirming that he was a trained boxer. CBI also says, we have spoken about the bike of Sanjay Roy. Who does this bike belong to? CBI says that the investigation has further revealed that accused Sanjay Roy was staying at a barrack, 4th Battalion at Salt Lake, Kolkata, and he was assigned with the duties of facilitating medical treatment of police personnel and their families in Arjikor Medical College and Hospital. Didn't we report that? Yes, we did. He was also provided a motorcycle bearing so-and-so number, and the said motorcycle is in the name of Commissioner of Police, Kolkata, with address of Lal Bazar, and it is issued to the welfare cell. So it was not issued to Sanjay Roy. It was issued to welfare cell. That's what CBI finding says. While the motorbike is under the name of Commissioner of Police, Kolkata, it is issued to the welfare cell because these bikes were bought by Commissioner of Police, Kolkata. That means under the Commissionerate of Kolkata Police, these bikes were bought and the bills were attached to Commissioner of Police. The bike was specifically not given to Sanjay Roy by Commissioner of Police or by Kolkata Police. It was issued to the welfare cell. From there, he must have laid his hands on the bike or somebody must have assigned the bike to him. He was reporting to Anup Datta, ASI of Kolkata Police. The motorcycle has been seized during investigation. What else does CBI charge sheet say? It says on 8th of August. Now here comes very, very interesting details. Exactly what we had reported on 20th of August as what Sanjay did that night. that is on 8th of August, what did he do? CBI details that on 8th of August in the afternoon, accused Sanjay Roy left from his barrack along with his friend, another civic volunteer, on the same motorcycle and reached Arjikor Medical College and Hospital for assisting in treatment of police family members, including his friend's own cousin, who was admitted in Arjikor Medical College and Hospital. Thereafter, they left Arjikor Medical College and Hospital and reached Allahabad Bank, Shobha Bazar, at about 2:45 in the afternoon for depositing money in ASI Anup Datta's bank account. As the bank was closed, the money could not be deposited. Thereafter, they bought and consumed liquor. Sanjay Roy came back to the hospital while his friend went back to the barrack. Again, the same friend reached Arjikor Medical College and Hospital at 10:45 at night, that is of 8th of August 2024, on the request of Sanjay Roy. Thereafter, both of them went out from the hospital, consumed liquor, food, and visited Chetla red light area. Both went inside a house, purchased a beer, while his friend went inside a room with a sex worker, but Sanjay drank only beer and did not have sex there. Both of them returned to Arjikor Medical College and Hospital at about 3:20 in the morning of 9th of August 2024. While his friend left the hospital immediately for the barrack, Sanjay went to the first floor of Trauma Center building to ascertain about the scheduled operation of one patient. However, he could not see anyone from the family of that patient on the first floor of Trauma Center building. Then he went to the fourth floor of emergency building. Thereafter, he reached the third floor, which means from fourth floor, he came down to third floor of the emergency building, chest medicine department, at about 4:03 in the morning and entered the seminar room where the victim was sleeping alone. Sanjay Roy committed the crime of rape and murder of victim and left the third floor at 4:32 in the morning. CBI claims that Sanjay Roy raped the victim, murdered her, and left the seminar room. CBI has only mentioned his name. To verify the movement of Sanjay Roy, what has CBI done? CBI has gone through the CCTV footages. And to verify movements of accused Sanjay prior to his entry into the Arjikor Medical College and Hospital at about 3:20 in the morning on 9th of August, CCTV footages of different areas were collected from Traffic Police Lal Bazar for the purpose of identification of accused Sanjay Roy in the said footages. In this regard, memorandum of identification has been prepared and his movements were ascertained, which means they have found evidences, which means evidences were not destroyed. The details of movement of accused Sanjay Roy as per CCTV footage of camera installed at the entrance of Trauma Center. And here it goes. Very, very important details, and you have it on the window as well. It says, at 3:34 in the morning, between 3:34 and 10 seconds till 3:34 and 34 seconds of 9th of August 2024, accused Sanjay Roy wearing a t-shirt and jeans, holding helmet in his left hand and earphones around his neck, stops near the entrance gate of Trauma Center building and talks to a security guard. That is the first time he has been spotted inside that building before he had committed the crime. Then, between morning 3:36 4 seconds till 3:36 and 10 seconds, accused Sanjay Roy wearing the same t-shirt and jeans, holding helmet in his left hand and earphones around his neck, waves at the security guard and exits the trauma center. Thereafter, between 4:03 in the morning, accused Sanjay Roy, to be very specific, 4:03 31 seconds to 4:03 49 seconds, Sanjay Roy wearing the t-shirt and jeans, holding helmet in his left hand and the Bluetooth neckband earphones around his neck, moving from right side of the camera towards the ward. Please understand, the seminar room is there next to the wards. So he was spotted going towards the ward. At 4:31 40 seconds, between 4:31 40 seconds, and 4:31 and 54 seconds. For 14 seconds of that morning, accused Sanjay Roy was seen moving from the ward towards the camera, turn around and go back towards the ward, which means after having left the seminar room, he was coming towards the camera again, where he was spotted. And then he stopped and then went back to the ward. Then, in less than a minute, between 4:32 and 25 seconds and 4:32 30 seconds, just for 5 seconds, Sanjay Roy was spotted, seen coming from the ward towards the camera, holding helmet in his left hand, without Bluetooth neckband earphone on his neck, and moved towards the right of the camera. We had reported exactly the same sequence. Sanjay, after having committed the crime, he left the seminar room, and as he was moving back, possibly his senses had hit him that he spotted on the CCTV camera. Thus, he had stopped briefly for a couple of seconds, took a U-turn and tried going back. But then he knew there is no way out. Thus, he took less than 5 seconds to cross that CCTV camera zone, which means he probably had tried rushing out. The accused Sanjay Roy is seen in CCTV footage of camera installed at the 3rd floor of the scene of crime, where the scene of crime lies, moving towards the scene of crime at 4:03 hours on 9th of August 2024, that is 4:03 in the morning, wearing a Bluetooth neckband earphone on his neck, and exiting at around 4:32 in the morning on 9th of August 2024 from 3rd floor without the said neckband earphone. It is pertinent to mention that the Bluetooth neckband earphone was seized by local police from the scene of crime. Exactly what Kolkata police had also said, exactly what CBI is also saying after having gone through the CCTV footage. Mind it, Kolkata police had specifically said that the Bluetooth neckband was the crucial link between Sanjay Roy and and the crime. Apart from CCTV footages, that one Bluetooth device helped the investigating agencies crack the case. During investigation of the CAF and CDR, which are call records of accused Sanjay Roy, his mobile number is given here, I'm not giving it out. So the CDR, the call details and the call records from his phone obtained, analyzed by CBI, corroborates his presence at the hospital at the relevant time, which means all the times which I just said. The mobile phones also corroborate his presence around that time inside the hospital. During investigation, CBI team comprising experts from various divisions of CFSL New Delhi as well as AIMS New Delhi and officers, architects or CPWD inspected the scene of crime on 14th of August 2024. During said process, photography, videography was done by the CFSL experts. A sketch of the scene of crime was prepared by the CPWD officers and architects on the pointing of Dr. So and so, again, a crucial witness, so we are not naming him. He's the associate professor, respiratory medicine, Archicor Medical College and Hospital. A 3D videography was also done by CBI. Now, during investigation, the exhibits physical evidences seized by CBI from scene of crime on 14th of August. DVR seized from various locations of Archicor Medical College and Hospital. Fresh blood sample of accused, autopsy blood, viscera, electronic gadgets, that is laptop, mobile phone of the victim, mobile phone of Sanjay, the Bluetooth device were all sent for further study. And did they send it to Kolkata alone? No. Hear this out. CBI is saying that all the electrical equipments were sent to CFSL Kolkata, New Delhi, and Chandigarh for examination and opinion. The results are here, and we will go through the results. So those who were saying that CBI will not be able to examine the evidences because evidences have been tampered, these evidences have been studied by multiple labs, CFSL, New Delhi, Kolkata, and Chandigarh. Now, the first part of what CBI has found, I will not read it out. I'm so sorry, I will not. Because that would make the hearts of the family break once again, and I can't do that. It basically talks about the clothes, talks about position where they were found, blood. So I will skip those details, and I'm sure the family would forgive us for putting them through this. But truth is here. We only wish we can share the pain of the family. The investigation of the CBI, the most important part. The investigation of the CBI says the urethral swab preserved during the medico-legal examination of the accused. Didn't I say that? The medico-legal examination on Sanjay Roy was done. The urethral swab was also collected. And that has confirmed human semen present and belongs to accused Sanjay Roy. Hear it carefully. Human semen present belongs to Sanjay Roy. The nipple swab that was again preserved, from where saliva was collected for further study. The saliva detected and belongs to Sanjay Roy. Short hair lifted from the scene of crime belongs to Sanjay Roy. One old navy blue color Redmi mobile phone and one blue black color Bluetooth earphone of so and so make and brand, studied through concerning connectivity and pairing between the mobile phone and the Bluetooth device, confirm that the Bluetooth device and the mobile phone were paired, belonged to Sanjay Roy. One transparent power glass of the victim was found, and it says, the report says, one transparent power glass of spectacle is part of the black color spectacle having one glass and one glass missing. That could be due to application of force. Then this report talks about undergarments, and I will not talk about it. I'm sorry, I will not refer to that. Essentially, the report highlights as how the undergarments too were torn, and as the assessment stands, due to forcefully, they were dragged down. During investigation, now let's move on to another very, very important part, what the CBI has found. So far, there had been a lot of talks, whether evidences have been destroyed, this has been done, this has not been videographed, they are responsible. This is CBI's own charge sheet. And CBI says, during investigation, medical board of experts was constituted by head of department, FMT, AIMS Kalyani. AIMS is a central government controlled hospital, to examine the videography of inquest proceedings and post-mortem examination with the post-mortem report, and to opine whether the post-mortem report is consistent with the videography taken during the post-mortem examination. So basically, when the post-mortem was happening, it was videographed. So the post-mortem report and the videography process, the videography would essentially show if there is a link in the process and what the post-mortem report says. So that was sent to AIMS Kalyani. And AIMS Kalyani has found, and if I can quote, let's quote, the findings observed in the above mentioned inquest proceedings and post-mortem examination videography are consistent with post-mortem examination report. This is what CBI is saying. Please understand, this is not in advocacy of any investigating agency or Kolkata police specifically. It is about the misinformation that had been on, which we all had feared, at least a section had feared, can come in the way of the actual truth and investigation. Do you not want justice? Do you not want justice relying on truth and truth alone? This is what CBI is saying, that the post-mortem report and the inquest report were consistent. During investigation on the request of CBI, Directorate General of Health Services constituted a multi-institutional medical board. These are not Kolkata police boards. These are all boards independently constituted by CBI, and they are all government authorized. So this is during investigation on the request of CBI, Director General of Health Services constituted a multi-institutional medical board comprising of expert members from AIMS, Dr. So and so, I'm not giving out the names, to provide medico-legal opinion. There are not one, but I can count. 1, 2, 2, and 3. at least 3 people I can read out. They all belong to all different hospitals, AIMS, New Delhi. They were all part of this multi-institutional medical board to provide medico-legal opinion in this case. And the interim report, please follow what the interim report of this independently constituted medical board has found. Medical board, multi-institutional board which has been constituted by CBI. What have they found? They have found cause of death was due to asphyxia as a combined effect of throttling and smothering. Rigor mortis was present all over the body at the time of conducting the post-mortem examination, which implies that this person died 12 to 18 hours prior to conduction of autopsy. What time was the autopsy conducted? Post 6:30 in the evening. What time was the crime committed? Between 4 and 4:30 in the morning. Here, the report of the multi-institutional medical board says that the rigor mortis was present all over the body at the time of conducting the post-mortem, which implies that the victim had died 12 to 18 hours prior to conduction of autopsy. The injuries related to hymen, which were fresh in origin, are clearly indicating that victim had suffered forceful penetrative sexual assault. It is further corroborated with the report of swab taken from the area around both nipples, showing the presence of saliva belonging to Sanjay Roy as confirmed by DNA profiling report. So DNA profiling report had confirmed the swab which was found on the body, the saliva which was found on the victim's body. I'm so sorry, the description could be graphic, viewers' discretion solicited, but here is what the CBI report says. The saliva which was found on the body of the victim belonged to Sanjay Roy, as was confirmed through DNA profiling report. The injuries found on the body of the accused Sanjay Roy, as described in the medical legal report, are blunt force injuries consistent with marks of resistance, struggle by the victim. The age of these injuries could be between 24 to 36 hours prior to examination. Perusal of the magisterial inquest report shows that most of the findings are consistent with PM report. Here's the multi-institutional medical board too finds the inquest report and PM report consistent, that there are no discrepancies, that there are no discrepancies in the videography and also the report. There is no discrepancy as far as the DNA profiling report is concerned. Final opinion of the multi-institutional medical board is awaited, and the same will be filed in the court as and when received by CBI. That the accused Sanjay Roy refused to give consent before the magistrate for undergoing a narco test. It's known to all of us. Surprisingly, Sanjay Roy today before the court has said that he has never committed the crime, that he is unaware of it. Imagine Kolkata police's findings, CBI's findings staring on his face, and he had the guts to stand before the law and say that he hasn't committed the crime. And thus we say, more we bring in misinformation, more obfuscation of truth happens, more criminals get leeway and elbow room to make such appeals. I'm not trying to become the judge, but I'm only fearful. What if he's trying to lie now, relying on the series of misinformation, trying to buy some elbow time for himself? He's literally questioning the CBI report. He's also trying to question the findings of Kolkata police, in a way questioning his arrest. Would you want to believe it, that Sanjay Roy is not an accused and he has not done the crime? Where has he found this elbow room from? Because of theories like gang rape, because of theories like many people involved. And maybe it's a matter of time that all of this would come out in chronology, also pointing towards people as who, when, and why had spread such misinformation. We all want justice. If Sanjay is involved, he should be hanged, and I've got no shame in saying that. From day one, we had been running this campaign. An accused, a rapist, should be hanged. If more people are involved, found by CBI or any other investigating agency, everyone should be hanged. The report also says, so these are the all findings of CBI, most of it we have already said, that here, his presence in Arjikor Medical College, also at the third floor emergency building where the scene of crime lies during the intervening 8th of August 2024 is proved by way of CCTV footages. His presence in Arjikor Medical College and Hospital during the intervening night of 8th of August and 9th of August is proved by way of location of his mobile phone as per CDR. The presence of his DNA on the reference of DNA question DNA detected from the dead body of the victim during autopsy. The presence of bloodstain of the victim on his jeans, that is the jeans of Sanjay was wearing, and footwear were also recovered by the local police on 12th of August 2024 in pursuit of his disclosure statement. The short hair found from the scene of crime has matched with accused Sanjay Roy. Still, he would want to question. You don't want to believe the DNA report. You don't want to believe the findings of the multi-institutional medical board. You don't want to trust the findings of AIIMS New Delhi. You don't want to trust the findings of CBI. You don't want to trust the findings of all independent body like CFSL Chandigarh, CFSL New Delhi, CFSL Kolkata. Who do you want to trust then? The injuries found on the body of the accused are blunt force injuries consistent with the marks of resistance struggle by the victim. So all of this has been found by CBI, and the CBI has concluded, as per the report of CFSL Kolkata, both sides of the waist portion of the kurti, well, I don't want to read it out, I'm sorry. Just read this part by mistake. I don't want to give out description of the clothes. I'm sorry. As per the report of CFSL Kolkata, as per the MLC, medico-legal examination of accused Sanjay Roy, there is nothing to suggest that he was incapable of performing sexual intercourse at the time of his examination, which means at the time the medical examination was conducted on him, he was not impotent. Today, when he stands before the court and says that he is unaware of the crime and he has not done this, here's another question that would be asked before him, because the findings and the medical examination, apart from all other tell-all evidences, this also confirms that he is not impotent. He is not unable to have sexual intercourse at the time of his examination. And finally, you know what CBI charge sheet says about arrested officer in charge, former officer in charge of Tala police station, and Shundeep Ghosh. Mind you, Shundeep Ghosh has been arrested by CBI in connection with alleged irregularities and corruption. If he has done any crime, please punish him. Don't show any mercy. If he has done any kind of a crime, any medical crime, any corruption, please punish him. If officer in charge, former officer in charge of Tala police station have faltered in any of his duties, punish him. But have they committed the rape and murder? The answer is a no. Because CBI itself is saying the act of rape and murder has been committed by Sanjay Roy. And here's what CBI says. The acts and omission on the part of Abhijit Mondol, the then SHO Tala Police Station, and Shundeep Ghosh, the then principal of Arjikor Medical College and Hospital, with regard to attempt to hush up the matter, destruction of evidences, have surfaced, and both of them have been arrested and presently are in judicial custody. Investigation against them on the aspect of larger conspiracy, including in-depth investigation on the aspect of involvement of others, if any, in the commission of the crime or its abatement, is in progress. After completion of further investigation, supplementary final report will be filed. So CBI has not given any clean sheet to Abhijit Mondol. CBI has not given any clean sheet to Shundeep Ghosh as far as this very crime, that is rape and murder, is concerned. They are trying to probe the larger conspiracy, if any, if there are people involved, more people involved, if any, and if the further investigation reveals anything, that would be attached to supplementary investigation. So this is what the CBI charge sheet says. This is what the CBI charge sheet says. All this while, we all have been, ahead of Durga Pujo, we all had been asking for some closure. Please understand, nothing can give closure to the family. Nothing can give closure to the family. They have lost their daughter. We have lost a daughter of this country, just not a doctor. And the pain is as much ours. Ahead of Durga Puja, at a time when we celebrate power of women, there had been a lot of narratives which had come in the way. And those narratives had only mushroomed over time, giving further impetus to further protest. Question is, today when somebody is questioning several doctors, let's not mince words, junior doctors have questioned whether the CBI investigation is right. In fact, they have called for a protest rally tomorrow. Just not junior doctors, medical department people, many nurses, doctors would be taking out a protest rally, march towards CBI. That's their democratic right, go do it. They are the same people who had been asking for CBI. They are the same people who had literally celebrated when Supreme Court intervened and took suo motu cognizance of the matter. 20th of August was the first hearing in that case, in this case, in Supreme Court. When Supreme Court could not hear the matter by one day because of some personal issues with the Chief Justice of India, immediately there were theories floated on social media. Is there a conspiracy between the state government and the Supreme Court? I mean, we need to take a break at some point, right? Now, there are people who are questioning the CBI. They did not trust Kolkata police, matter went to CBI. They are not trusting CBI now. Where will the matter go? Please tell us. After CBI, there can be only one option left, DBI, Doctors Bureau of Investigation. We are all part of a system, and we like it or not, we need to live in the peripherals of this very system, even while fighting for justice, even while seeking justice. And again, I say, every individual, every sane-headed person with a heart at the right place has not been able to sleep on the night of 9th of August 2024 after the horrific details of the crime had come to fore. An entire country has cried with a family. An entire country has united in demand for justice with this very statement. Not anymore. How many more Nirbhayas do we want? Yes, we want a stringent punishment. Yes, we want a better law. Yes, we do not want such crimes to happen. But what is the distrust doing after all? Is it helping the investigation? Tomorrow, if the same CBI in the supplementary charge sheet finds something which suits their narrative, they would be celebrating the same CBI today that they are opposed to. They would be celebrating the same CBI if they find something against some individual that they are waiting to hear. They would start celebrating CBI the very moment. But today they have decided to take out a protest rally tomorrow against CBI. If tomorrow's CBI says something against the individual they are waiting to hear their names in the charge sheet, they would be celebrating CBI. Again, I repeat, we all need to wait and deal with the available law and the system. Twice we had done this story. And again, I say, every word we had uttered in our report, minus one or two facts here and there, essentially had been true and exactly what CBI has mentioned. I have not asked CBI to file this charge sheet. Kolkata police has not made CBI file this charge sheet. CBI themselves have filed this charge sheet. They are calling Sanjay Roy the sole perpetrator in the crime so far. But then we had several people at Arjikor who floated this idea. No, the pelvic bone is broken, 150 grams of semen had been found, evidences have been tampered and destroyed. And in the past 60 days, here's where we are standing. Here's where we are standing. And ask the family where they're standing, exactly where they were on 9th of August. That's the difference. Well, you can do a lot of things. We can do reports after reports, they can do protest after protest. But a family, the wait for the daughter would be there forever. Let's not hurt them with misinformation, to say the least. Very quickly, before we wind up, these are the few discrepancies that you have noted down. And if you can play that full frame. Few discrepancies which had been there through several channels of misinformation and what you have found in the charge sheet. Point number one, the family, no mention of suicide in this charge sheet report. What was claimed? That the family was informed suicide. Yes, there was a phone call audio which even we had shown, but then thereafter police had also informed them, no, you come down, things are under control. The narrative which had been going round, that the family was informed suicide, which is an indication as a matter, if this matter has to be hushed up, why hasn't CBI mentioned that in their first charge sheet? that the family was informed suicide? They would be having their own reasons. Yes, the family has admitted that they were informed suicide. But why hasn't CBI mentioned it? Is there a context to when and how the suicide word was suggested? And if that has got any direct relation with the crime? No mention of a 3-hour long wait. Many people, many doctors, and many people had blamed that the hospital authorities, Kolkata police, forcibly held up the family, in fact, hijacked the body and cremated themselves. And CBI does not mention any of that. Not even the parents were made to wait for 3 hours in this first charge sheet. Point number 3. Let's move to point number 3. The Arjikar doctors saw the body of the victim first, and authorities were informed thereafter. And I can count 2 doctors. Let's count number of doctors who had gone inside the room before the entry of the police. Should we hold them responsible? Absolutely not. It is natural. The scene of crime is there in the hospital. Their friends have gone and gone inside the crime scene. And I can give you the details without the name. Dr. X1, Dr. Y, 2, Dr. 3, Dr. 4, Dr. 5, Dr. 6, Dr. 6. So at least 6 doctors had gone inside the scene of crime before the assistant sub-inspector of Arjikar police outpost, that is Basudev Kundu, had entered into the scene of crime. Let's move to point number 4. Inquest as per the request of the parents and protesting doctors. CBI report also acknowledges there were doctors protesting, demanding this. Where were they located? Were they located outside the hospital, or they were also there on the floor? That's a very important query that CBI must highlight and clarify, to say the least. If the protest was happening inside the seminar room, or if the protest was happening outside the seminar room, how many people were there? If the doctors were protesting, had any one of them had gone inside the seminar room, because mind it, the theory is the seminar room where the scene of crime is, the sanctity of the scene of crime was tampered with because many people had entered. Kolkata police had maintained that 40 feet of that room was cordoned off. The remaining 11 feet, many doctors had come in, many people had come in, and they were trying to submit their deputation, their demands. Point number 5. So point number 5 is also that there was one of the doctors who saw the body first covered the victim's body with a bed sheet. Remember, there had been a lot of talks about number of bed sheet, color of the bed sheet, blue or brown. Here it specifically says, and I can show you, here it specifically says as how many bed sheets were found. While it does not mention the color, but here it specifically says that there was only one bed sheet found. There was only one bed sheet found by CBI. So you have tried decoding the first charge sheet. It's a complete charge sheet. We have tried withholding the names of 128 witnesses. We have tried withholding the names of doctors who had definitely assisted in the ongoing investigation. And we have also tried withholding details which could be extremely graphic and hurtful for the family. But for now, as we wind up, we want to let you know that we have been pursuing this story not for any agenda, but for only truth, truth, and only truth. And we will keep pursuing this story. Please understand, this charge sheet is not a closure report. The closure report would come later. There would come trial. Then would happen, conviction, then sentencing. We just hope and pray. But the family would be forever longing for any closure. At least living for them could become little easy, knowing the person or persons, I'm not ruling out the possibility, person or persons involved in this crime, who perpetrated the crime or abated the crime, either are still roaming free or are still alive. While you are all seeking justice, I reiterate, justice without relying on truth how much of that would actually be justice? It's something we all need to understand. There are junior doctors still protesting. There are junior doctors who are on hunger strike. There are protests happening on the streets of Kolkata. There are demands which have been given to the, to the government. But our focus for now, like on day one, has continued to be in the same place. We really want a closure in this case. We do not want another Nirbhaya. I hate calling her Abhaya, Tilottama. She had a name. She has lost her name. The family can't show their face. Their faces are blurred on media. Supreme Court says their identities have to be protected. And Supreme Court has all fair intentions because of the society that we are. In a society where rape as a crime still exists, it's always important to trade our path with such precaution. But it hurts us. In this civilized society, such a heinous crime has happened. And in the same civilized society, people are losing their identities for no fault of theirs. And thus, with folded hands, before judging this report, please, please, please watch it carefully. We have only relied on what the CBI has said. These are not our words. And we assure you, if tomorrow CBI's supplementary charge sheet changes, we will report that as well, without any fear or favor. For us, the only thing that matters is truth, truth, and truth. For the past so many hours, me, my entire team, Titash Mukherjee, Shumon Gupta, Ronnie, Orko, we have been tirelessly working on this report, being very, very careful of each and every word. And ask me how my colleague Titash has been affected while going through this report. The details of it. She's a woman. She had been following this story from day one. Thus, before questioning NTT, News the Truth, please go through the report. Because for us, more than your name calling and fear for that, what matters is truth, truth, and only truth. We will keep pursuing the story. For now, thank you so much. Good night and take care.